Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now this video I will show you the phone holder. This is what I'm going to make. So what I show you here, it's actually the wood spool of 15 mm is clamped where in such a way that the maximum height, the gap between the maximum height with the lowest minimum, it's 3 mm. Then what happened, I'm going to use the homemade grinder, the holder, with a slight extrusion with 3 mm. You can see a 3 mm tip, and then run over it. So previously I've made one try and it's quite successful, so I'm going to work on it. So I hope you can see better from this angle. So I'm going to etch off this side. I'm going to continue the process. So almost halfway through. So that I will able to rest it over here later on, so that, well, we still have another maybe 40% more to go. So what you see here is the wood that was previously etched off and then turn it around. The handphone holder that was previously made into position. So what I'll do next is I'm gonna clamp the spool onto the holder. Then next I'm use a 1.5 mm really thin drill bit to drill a guide hole over here so that I'm able to apply a screw. Then I made another one using the same 1.5 mm, really small drill bit. What to do next would be to apply one of those carpenter nail through it.
Into place.
It came out a little bit, and what I'll do would be to take it off. And there you go. Let's put it on the floor, and then surface of the floor, flatten it, and I get a nice bracket. So what I'm going to do next is to etch off the surface by 1 mm deep, so that this plate will be able to insert it onto it with the same level here. So what happened, I need to cut off. Then I'm going to use the holder that I've made to etch off 1 mm deep over the surface. By setting it to the maximum, can go. So what happened, I see you still have another few more to go. To etch it off a little bit more. then you get a square that you can actually fit into position. So then I'm going to align it such a way that I get the same height, so that when I etch it on the object, I'll etch it off by 1 mm, this line. So I'm going to start out with 5.5. Which I think I can feel it, the gap. Right. So next, what I'm going to do would be a spacer of aluminum strip, 1 mm thickness of 14 by 59 mm as a spacer, so that the holder could be placed after that. So first, I'm going to drill a mounting hole on both ends using the 1.6 mm. Hole. I'm going to do a 2 mm onto the guiding hole which I've made earlier. On both sides, on both ends. So previously I've got the 1.5 mm driving hole, and now I have a 1.8 mm hole to be drilled through. Two holes, 1 and 2. My spacer the other way around, I guess. So with the holder in the place, I was able to trace a hole. So previously, the marking of the hole of M6 hole, then I'm going to make a 6 mm drill onto the location. The holder to pass through it later. So what I've shown you here is the hole that I cut off, then I eventually saw it into half to be leveled down there, but at the same time the thickness is still too thick. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sand off a few centimeters, a few mm. Right. So I work on the edges, and the thickness of the base is controlled at about 4.5 mm thick, which I have cut off from originally the hole, cut into half, and then I use sandpaper to sand it off. So I have previously cleaned off the silicone hot glue gun. Well, quite nasty. It took some time to do that, because what happened, I don't want to introduce any additional thickness caused by the hot glue or silicone specific. Next, all I'm going to do is I'm going to use epoxy glue . Put onto the side. Well, this is better than the use of hot glue, it will take a while for it to settle or to cure. So what happened? That buys me time to really apply surface. Yes. And then what I'm gonna do next would be I'm gonna compress it, tape it around, temporary tape it around.
What happened?
I'm gonna leave this overnight. I'll check back tomorrow. So this is what I have after 1 day later. I have stick the holder onto my wooden holder using a double-sided tape, and then I'm going to show you what I have previously. It forms a flat surface along with the wood. The same goes with the side with the wood nicely. So next I'm going to work with the holder. I'm going to drill 4 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 holes from below into the marking. 2, 3, 4 by using 1.8 mm drill bit. So next I'll need to make a countersink hole for this flathead screw of 4 mm diameter, 1 mm deep over this 4 hole, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I have here, it's a ball head grinder, a 4 mm diameter. So what you can see here is actually I apply 1, 2, 3, 4 mounting screw, 2/8 of an inch each, and then the surface is actually flat. Let's see sideways. I mean it's flat, but in order to protect the my phone cover, so I use one of this spongy double-sided sponge. Yeah, one side is actually a sponge, and then the other side is actually double-sided tape. I'm going to stick onto it so that I wanna scratch my surface. So what happened when I applied it?
Yeah.
So that's the final part. This guide, it would be a guide who will show you how to make this holder. Well, this is the result, especially when you want to film in low light condition and you need a torchlight to do the solution. And I hope you enjoy watching my video, and I appreciate thumbs up. Stay tuned to my next video.